Start again. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton. And in this video I'll be going over episode 23 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime series. An episode that I thought was one of the best, if not the best episode from Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's thus far. Everything from the music to the new summoning mechanic to even the display of the characters as Yuga and Nell, I thought was brilliant. So let's talk about all things episode 23 right now. First of all, I want to talk about the word providence, Nell's catchphrase if you will. So the way that I understood the meaning of the word providence from Nell's perspective in this whole shopping section of the episode was really that providence is something that you decide based on your own personal beliefs and understandings of certain things. So for example, the robot selling the t-shirts where one sleeve was longer than the other, that still believed that she was selling what was a t-shirt, despite Roman basically stating that it's not because it's just not practical. Or the fish hooking robot, his beliefs probably were something along the lines of fish shouldn't be caught, hence to giving you a game where you can catch fish but you don't have a net, so it's kind of pointless. But it still is in line with that guy's beliefs. So that's the way I interpret it. Maybe it was something a little bit different, but who knows? Maybe the episodes in future will expand a little bit more upon it. However, one of my favourite things from this episode in general was the showcasing of Nell's character and the great story writing that went with it. We've only seen bits and pieces of Nell's character before this episode, so this episode really had to hit it out the park with Nell's character, and I really thought they did. So, this episode made it so that, for me personally, Nell is one of my favourite characters. Like, originally, I like Yuga, I like Roman, I like Roa. Nell is now up in those sort of three contenders for top spot. And honestly, it's just because of the way they've written Nell's character in such a unique and creative way that makes it so smart and is in line with his personality. Taking on 5 members out of the top of Hexagon was brilliant, and it was a great way in showcasing his skills as a duelist. We as viewers are led to believe that the 6 members of top of Hexagon are really strong. We know that Mimi isn't as strong as the others, so obviously she's at the bottom. However, she doesn't appear here. So the other members are obviously going to be a lot stronger than her. So the fact that they gave Nell a 1v5 duel and then showed us afterwards the chaotic mess that was left in the wake not only hypes you up for the duel between Nell and Yuga, but it also shows that she's strong enough to take on 5 of Gohar's strongest members. Well, what we're led to believe at the moment, that is. So if that's not great character building and great plot building, I don't really know what is. And from a writing standpoint, it helps to emphasize the dramatic and the power behind the new summoning mechanic that is now maximum summoning. Obviously taking out, again, 5 members of Gohar's top of Hexagon. This obviously states to us as the viewer, without directly telling us, that whatever Nell has up his sleeve, whatever providence he's found, whatever, thing he's going to be using against our main heroes, is something big and is something powerful. This, I thought, just shows off great writing and is consistent. The writing from Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's has been very consistent throughout the series so far, and I'm glad they've done that, and I'm glad they've brought their A-game with this particular segment and episode. However, after this 5-on-1 duel, I don't really see Gohar's being this really big threat to our main group of Yuga and his friends. Especially once the match between Yuga and Roa, obviously the rematch I should say, is concluded. As a side note, to Gohar's characters and that, seeing the 5 members acting all greedy and power hungry, wanting to kick out Nell and take over what he currently has so that they can be in charge of dueling and kind of like overseeing everything on that regard. Do you think Mr. Gohar himself had a hand in playing and agreeing to this idea of these 5 members voting on this and then kind of getting Nell out, I should say? Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Mr. Gohar insinuated or kind of had some sort of say in this plan in ejecting Nell and possibly ejecting Mimi afterwards, because they did mention that. Personally, I don't think so, but it'd be interesting to get your thoughts down below. So then, maximum summoning. This was the new main highlight of the episode, and the animation here for this segment was amazing. The music helped massively in hyping up this segment and the summoning, giving off that impact and that wow factor, making things seem sinister and hopeless for our main heroes. The group's reactions also added to the dramaticness of the episode, showing just how shocked and how kind of frightening this new power that Nell has obtained actually is. And when a main character makes a face like this, you know something serious and big is about to go down, especially when the ace somehow gets taken out very, very quickly. The size of... oh god, the name of this monster is ridiculous. I can't pronounce it. Yugioh? The Heavenly Emperor Dragon Tree. It's up on the screen so you can read it, so you don't have to listen to me horribly butchering it. But this monster reminded me of a creature from a Godzilla film. My first thoughts when seeing this, in fact, was Ghidorah. You know, the dragon with 3 heads and the big wings. That's my first initial thoughts when seeing this new ace monster, this maximum summoning monster from Nell. The idea of maximum summoning I really do like, as it adds an injection of freshness to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Instead of bringing back an older summoning method like we've seen many times before in the forms of fusion, exceed, synchro, you get the idea by now. In where using 3 monsters to form them and combine them into one, I thought was a really nice idea. However, this does remind me a little bit of Legion summoning from the card game series known as Cardfight Vanguard. It's a series that I'm quite familiar with because I like playing it and watching it. But yeah, it reminded me of Legion, where in that series, 2 units link together to form an even stronger unit, just like this one. And with Heavenly Emperor Dragon Tree having a total of 4,000 attack points, I think that's the highest attack point monster we've seen so far. So again, it adds that dramaticness, it adds to Nell's antagonist status, having a monster of that stature. Most of the antagonists in Yu-Gi-Oh! Do have monsters that are around that level. Or unless you're on 1,000, you go ridiculously high. And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what other cool, unique designs maximum summoning brings us in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. My first thought though, when I first saw this and how they can implement it, I do not want to see a climactic duel in where Rook throws Yuga a, drag ears, Roman throws Primarina Katana, and I guess Gakuto might throw his ace monster, and then Yuga kind of like uses all 3 of them in a row. I don't want to see anything like that. I want to see like unique monsters that combine and form. I think that'd be pretty cool. Our heroes in this episode helped to make the shocking moments feel more impactful, adding again to that vibe and that atmosphere of the episode. But to me, the expressions of Roman throughout the entirety of this episode were fantastic. I love it when she was acting cheeky, when she was acting happy and positive, and when she was acting shocked. All of these just helped make the episode more enjoyable. I'm super excited to see what Roman, Rook, and Gakuto are going to do in the next episode, as they're looking to be dueling Otis in the next one. And this could be a smart way of getting to those 6 losses, because we now have 1 against Mimi, 1 against Yuga losing to Nell in this episode, and possibly a situation where Rook, Roman, Gakuto could lose to Otis before gaining the resolve to beat him, and obviously obtaining new powers. Plus, this would make the rematch between Yuga and Nell that much more impactful, because it would be the last final stand of our heroes. Personally speaking, I don't think we've got enough episodes for it, but I'd love to see, all the other main 4 characters, Rook, Roman, Gakuto, Yuga, gain some new powers and kind of battle it out to see who is going to take on Nell again for the final time. I think that would be awesome if they're down to their 5th penalty. I think, have like a mini tournament just to see which one is going to go up against them. Because obviously Yuga is going to have to develop moving forward, because he's just had this overwhelming defeat. I don't think I've ever seen a character or protagonist lose like this. This loss for Yuga surely has to be a stepping stone for his development in overcoming this devastating loss and just kind of trying to find a new road, a new path to unlock. I think we're going to see some more kind of like dream sequences like we saw a few episodes ago, where Yuga was like panicking because he couldn't open the door to the new world. I think we're going to see a lot more of that, and I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we get development for all 4 characters, Roman, Gakuto, and Rook for dueling aspect, Yuga for personality and growth, because we know that Yuga's a great duelist anyway. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. And does that dragon in the preview look like Red Eyes? Or is that just me seeing things? I wouldn't mind seeing Red Eyes again. I think, obviously, Blue Eyes coming back might not make too much sense. Seeing Red Eyes, though, would be pretty cool. And again, it's a legend card. So, I mean, Otis having another legend card doesn't seem too big out of the realms of possibilities. Overall, this was a fantastic episode. One of my favourites of the series so far. Giving us a lot of stock and substance in Nell's character, making me like him even more. And he seems more antagonist-like in this episode after watching it. He seems like that final boss that you have to overcome. And I like that. It left me honestly wanting to watch the next one straight away. And not only does it take a lot for me to kind of really, really enjoy something, but this episode made me enjoy that so much more and left me giving it a round of applause after watching, because it was just that good. Some great animation and voice work throughout this episode as well. That was on point. Amazing music to give us that more kind of vibe and tension when watching. And maximum summoning seems like something that's very interesting and intriguing. And I want it to remain special. Here's my gripe. I don't want it to be like every other summoning method that is out there before. Whenever we've had fusions introduced or exceeds introduced, we saw this with Reigns. Once the main protagonist learned how to do it, everybody learned how to do it. I want to have like this maximum summoning be something that's special and not used all the time. The fact that it's quite hard to get out because you need 3 specific cards, I think might make it a bit more unique and less likely to see it all the time. But please, Sevens, keep it special, keep it fresh. Let's see it. However, I want to know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh related content in the future of this channel. It is a new channel, so you're going to have to bear with me while I get you the content out. But while you're doing that, why not check out another video on this channel, like the one where I go over characters from Zexal and see what GX Academy dorms I think they would be in if they were in the GX universe. That's a bit of fun. Go see it. Other than that though, I hope you stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Alligator, matinee, goodbye.